What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. I'm sure you guys have seen the video of that police officer in Nigeria that was asking for bribe.
I don't have 25,000 naira.
Okay, talk better thing. I say talk better to make you go your, make you turn here, they go your airport.
I don't have more than 2,000.
Okay, don't they go. Don't worry.
You cannot help me because I cannot put more money to it,
No,
to the
don't
2,000
worry.
naira.
I have related with you like my own brother, like a friend, so that you go.
Answer me. I'm not working alone. If I'm working alone, even if now 1,000 I collect from you, nobody will query me.
Hey, Naija! You see, that is how they treat us, and these police officers, as if we are criminals. My people, we need to be smart like that driver and start using our cell phones to expose them one by one. By the way, do you know that they fired that police officer when the video came out? Yes, so they fired him. But I'm telling people that this policeman, yes, he's part of the problem. In fact, I learned that he's been using somebody else's identity for the past 21 years that he's been in service, which means he's a real criminal. You get what I'm saying? But yes, he's part of the problem. But I keep telling people that he is not the real problem. It is the ogas at the top. I mean, don't you know that many of these police officers, their boss will send them out every morning telling them, you must come back with 30,000 naira. You must come back with 25,000 naira. So they too, they go and collect this 50 naira from every driver that passes by. At the end of the day, when they get back to the station, they will start counting money. I know that they also pocket some of it. You get what I'm saying? But yes, the ogas know about what they are doing. What they are doing is not right. But at the same time, I remember that some people have already spent their pension. You get what I'm saying? Police pension funds. Some people have already spent it. By the way, the ogas at the top are saying that the phone call that this man made in the car, they are saying that it is fake.
Hello, Wasi. Yeah, Wasi. I beg that motor, that jeep when I carry come out for here. It's not ready. You just tell Oga make you book him. I want them over, I beg. No, you're not there ready. They beg me 2,000 naira.
I'm not saying the call is real or that it is not, but did you notice the guy had his finger right where you cut off the phone? Because you know in Nigeria, credit is very precious. You don't want to go beyond 1 minute so that you won't spend more than 20 naira, or is it 25 naira? You get what I'm saying? So it is possible that that call was real, and I'm hoping that other police officers that are collecting 50 naira by the roadside, I hope they would learn from this officer's story, because he was used as a scapegoat. In other words, if they catch you red-handed, your oga that sent you out will not fight for you. In fact, that is when they would deny ever knowing you, especially if you are nobody. Yes, because we've seen some people, some police officers that messed up on national TV and then they got promoted because they know the oga at the top. So they are telling me that they never knew that for the past 21 years this officer was collecting bribe. By the way, my people, if you don't know how to hide your camera when you are filming, you may end up getting yourself in trouble. You need to be smart about it, because these officers can be wicked if they catch you filming them. In fact, I saw the video of this young lady that was beaten. Yes, she was beaten by, it's not even police officers. What are they? I don't even know if they are environmental people or what. All because she filmed how they were harassing her neighbors.
We're not in charge of the again. What is it now? They didn't know another person was recording everything. No, apparently the person was. See the guy, Come on. Yes, so. Come on, no.
You see what I'm saying? That happened in Ibadan, in Nigeria. My people, be careful. I'm just keeping it real. I'm really excited about this next story because, you know, it really touched me. It touched me. Stop it. You like to joke too much. This is a serious issue. So as I was saying, there was a man in 1981 in Cameroon who suffered a broken arm due to an accident. Just a broken arm. Unfortunately, he lived in a remote place and there was no hospital anywhere close by where he could get basic medical attention just to treat the arm. So after some time, the broken arm was badly infected, you know, because it was not treated. And the infection spread all the way to his brain, causing what they call hematoma, a localized collection of blood outside the blood vessels, usually in liquid form within the tissue. This could also be treated, by the way, but that man suffered from hematoma for the rest of his life. And it all started with a broken arm, which was never treated. So the son watched his father suffer for decades until he died, and that son decided to become a medical doctor, a surgeon, so that he could help as many people as possible in remote places of Cameroon, so that no one would have to suffer like his father did. The name of this surgeon is Zuriel Elise, and he started a free medical service for rural areas called Askovim. Free, as in F-R-E-E, you know? So far, him and his team have performed more than 700 free surgeries, and they've treated more than 32,000 people for free. I mean, take a look.
For a country like mine, people like to drink, to dance, to enjoy their life. But with poverty, they cannot enjoy their life. To go to the village is a pleasure. If I can help 2 or 3 people, that could be great.
Okay, okay.
I saw my father ill for 23 years. Before he passed away, he asked me, you see how people suffer to see a doctor? Please, if you graduate to be a doctor, help people. My name is George Bwele. I bring free surgery and health services to people of rural area. They're beating the drums to say things to come. They can live 60 kilometers around and they are coming on foot.
Donc, est-ce que vous aussi vous êtes là toujours pour l'opération?
We are starting by doing consultation.
Et on va te faire les examens pour voir les possibilités pour enlever cette masse.
And in afternoon, we have a list of patients that we are going to operate. We need a generator because in the village there is no light. We start doing operation till Sunday morning. We are doing around 40 surgical operations for free.
Je n'ai pas d'argent, c'est pourquoi on m'a amené ici. Ça va changer mon avenir et dans ma famille.
We leave for address to all the patients that if there is any problem, they can come back to us. I help people and they are happy. I'm doing that to give them opportunity to restart.
That was so heart-touching, you know? I mean, I just feel like crying. You have any tissue? Thank you. I mean, why am I doing this crap? When I could be out there helping people. You get what I'm saying? It touched me. It really did. Now, what touched me most is that George has a full-time job at a private Cameroonian hospital, which is how he funds 60% of the free medical service, by the way. The rest comes from donations. So him and his team do all this work only on weekends. On weekends, when they're supposed to be resting from the week's job. You get what I'm saying? When most people are watching TV and relaxing, that is when they go to the rural places to do all this job. And every single weekend, they treat at least 500 people. Did you notice that he said that they were going to perform 40 surgeries in one weekend in that video? I'm like, oh my God. Now, the World Health Organization recently said that in Cameroon, that there is only 1 doctor for every 5,000 people, and that a lot of people cannot even afford to go and see a doctor. I mean, I'm familiar with that because in Nigeria, according to the president of the Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Osahon Enabulele, you know, in an interview, he said that Nigeria has only graduated about 43,000 doctors.
At the last count, on the register of the MDCN, in terms of the total cumulative figures, for over 50-something years now, close to about 52 years, in terms of the cumulative registration of doctors, it amounts to about 42,575. But clearly, in terms of those who are bound in the country, we're looking at a figure of around 22,000.
A country of more than 160 million people. You know, I mean, I'm still in shock. 43,000 doctors, and many of our medical doctors now prefer to work outside the country. You know, we have a lot of Nigerian doctors in America, in UK. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we have a problem. You can watch his full interview online. I've seen where someone was dying in Nigeria and the doctors refused to treat her because she didn't have money. Because, you know, in Nigeria, it is pay before service or no service at all. And by the way, I've heard that some hospitals now in Nigeria, they would treat people who have no money, but then they would detain them after treatment until they can raise the money. I'm like, what? Anyway, I decided to share this story because I love seeing people who overcame adversities and birthed something great out of their pain. I know some people who vowed never to go back home because of a terrible experience, but this man is saying, no, I must go back and tackle the problem. I don't know what you've been through or what you may be going through right now, but you can either allow that to make you bitter or you can turn it into a passion to help others in similar situation. And in case you're watching and you've always wanted to help people, but you don't know where to start, or you don't have enough money, I mean, just start with what you have. Start with what you have. This man started a long time ago, before anyone heard about him. Now he's on CNN and other major networks, you know. So all you need is the will to make a difference. You know, when people see what impact you're making, they will believe in you and they will support you. I'm just keeping it real. So while one man in Cameroon is trying to help his people, do you know that that old man in Zimbabwe is still holding tight to power? Mugabe, yes. Can you believe it? The guy declared himself the winner again for the 20th time. I mean, how many times have they had elections in Zimbabwe? Never mind. Since 1980, my people, 1980, 33 years of presidency. You see, this is where I trust Nigerians. It can never happen. No. They will tell you, who are you by the gate? You are trying to do third term for we. They will kick him out by fire, by Kole. You are always looking for trouble. Why did you put up this picture? Have I mentioned any name? Don't you know that Baba Iyabo watches this show? Why do you always look for trouble? Mind yourself, But since you put up that picture, do you guys know that Nigerian former President Olusegun Obasanjo was in Zimbabwe to monitor this election? And he said that the election was free and fair. Yes, so meanwhile, we are seeing fake IDs that were used in rigging the election. A lot of dead people that day, they were counted as voters. In fact, according to ballot records, do you know that the oldest person that voted that day was 135 years old? 135, and he's still serving in the military. I mean, seriously? How did Obasanjo not see all that now? Many registered voters got there that day. They told them, your name is not on the system, go back home. In fact, 2 election officers resigned because the rigging was too much for them. What exactly was Obasanjo doing? And when all this was going on, what was he doing? Please don't tell me that he was doing the Gangnam Style again. When he was supposed to be monitoring the election in Ghana, remember that he was dancing. Anyway, you can trust my presido, Mr. Jonathan. You know, he already sent his congratulatory message to Mugabe. I said, Joe, you know, please, I beg, don't get any funny idea from what happened in Zimbabwe. You get what? No, don't even think about it. 1 term of your presidency is more than enough. And by the way, what is an 89-year-old man still looking for? Rigging election. And you know that he's not the only one doing it. All his corrupt officials do not want him to be removed because they know that once he's out, they would be exposed and prosecuted as well. But my people, the Zimbabwean opposition is also appearing too flaky. They are appearing too weak, in my opinion. I mean, what exactly is Morgan Tsvangirai doing? What is he doing? This is the 3rd time that Mugabe is beating this man. Apart from marrying women, what is he doing now? I mean, I know that he has demanded an audit of the voters' roll and the voter registration certificates, you know. But besides that, let him visit Nigeria for some private lessons. Let him come under a Bible, under our lawmakers, because they don't play. If they don't like you, they kick you out or club you down, and then you get to go to London for treatment. We have a problem. But you know, I really pity the guy. Yes, you have to pity him. Poor man. To be honest, I'm still in shock myself, you know. Another thing that shocked me was the fact that some people celebrated James Ibori's birthday last weekend in Nigeria. Did you guys see those pictures? I could not believe it. I was like, Nigerians, have you quickly forgotten that this man, James Ibori, is serving 13 years in London prison for stealing more than 200 million pounds of your money? 50 billion naira of our money that could have been used to construct our roads, the money that could have been used to build good hospitals so we won't have to keep flying people abroad for treatment. 50 billion naira that could have been used to provide scholarship for your children and better education facilities. 50 billion that could have been used to clean up Niger Delta. Have you forgotten how oil companies have messed up a lot of places in Niger Delta? You see what I'm talking about? By the way, even the judge said that this is not all the money that Ibori stole. He reportedly spent more than 920,000 pounds on luxurious cars using his American Express card. Again, your money. Yet these people gather themselves, to celebrate him in absentia. I'm like, what? Even a priest, said that Nigerians should emulate Ibori. I said, loba pariu. When a man of God can say that we should emulate a criminal, Kai, we have a problem. We have a serious one. Lagbaja is right. Oh, have you listened to his song 200 million mumus that call themselves Nigerians? Have you listened to that song? At least read his article now where he explained exactly how Nigerians are behaving like mumus. We keep letting these people get away with atrocities. In fact, we celebrate them. Doesn't this pass a message across that those who are corrupt will be celebrated? Why wouldn't young people want to get into corruption when they see things like this? Which was why Lagbaja said in his article that there are no consequences for criminal acts if you belong to the right group in Nigeria. Isn't that true? And the other day, the son of one governor was pardoned after stealing $40,000. They asked him to return 25% of the money, which was $10,000, and then they let him walk away freely with the remaining $30,000. Do you know what the guy was probably thinking? If only I knew they would take 25%, I should have stolen $100,000. Taxpayers' money. Yes, so Lagbaja also said that these mumus never demand accountability from their leaders. Is it not true? Do we ever demand accountability from our elected officials? No. We see them as gods. In fact, many Nigerians believe that it's a taboo to be doing something like what I'm doing, They believe that it's disrespectful. Meanwhile, these officials know that nothing will happen to them. So guess what? They keep stealing your money. Yes, so. And by the way, Lagbaja listed several examples, of how we've been mumus in Nigeria. Please take a minute and read his article. Oh, yes. I'm just keeping it real. And speaking of mumu, what do you call it when Nigerians start to deport Nigerians right inside Nigeria? So last week, after I shot Keeping It Real, I found out that some people were deported from Lagos back to their state of origin. And I'm like, what is wrong with us in Nigeria? And how do you deport somebody in their own country? Is that even legal? Naija. And it is always the common people who are not somebody that get deported. This is not just about tribe, my people. This is about taking advantage of people who are nobody. They said that these people are not originally from Lagos. I said, how many people are originally from Lagos? How many people? You think we don't know that most people in Lagos are from some remote village? Those of you that are fighting online saying, oh, this is right, put Igbo people in their place. I said, people like you, it is when you get outside Nigeria and you become very lonely, and then one day you meet another Nigerian, even if he's not your tribe. That is when you start to appreciate the diversity that we have in Nigeria. See, if we want to start deporting people from Lagos, we are starting from the wrong place. We need to start from the top. Let's start with people like Femi Otedola, who bribed Farouk Lawal. Shebi he's from Ekpe, outside Lagos. Can anybody touch him? No, because he's somebody. And all these people that were deported to Anambra, if they were rich people, if they were millionaires, nobody would touch them now. Try deporting Aliko Dangote back to Kano. He lives in Lagos. Try deporting him back to Kano now. Can anybody touch him? Even the Baba Isale of Eko, Bola Tinubu, he's from Iragbiji in Osun State. No, don't tell me that if someone was born in Lagos, that they are now from Lagos. No. Based on what Governor Fashola has done, those of you that are calling yourselves Lagosians, but your father's father was born in Abeokuta, better watch your back, because tomorrow they can deport you. Even Governor Fashola himself, maybe he's from Isale Gongo. I know he's still part of Lagos, but can anybody deport him? I mean, these people used to be common people too now, before they became somebody. I mean, take a good look at President Jonathan before he became, you get what I'm saying? Thank God that he wasn't living in Lagos at the time that he was looking like this, because I'm sorry to say, but he looks like a possible deportee standing like this. If they are packing people by the roadside, you don't think they will pick him up? Why can't we just learn from the US? Here you can decide to change your state of origin anytime, any day. You can just move to another state and become a permanent resident in that state. No problem. Yes, so because until we learn to see everybody as a fellow Nigerian, until we learn to go past the whole tribe or whatever, Nigeria is yet to be united, and we are yet to be truly one nation. But guess what? I'm just keeping it real. I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Zuriel Elise Oduwole, the 10-year-old Nigerian girl who was recently featured in Forbes magazine, the youngest person ever featured by Forbes, by the way. At the age of 10, this girl has interviewed several business icons like Aliko Dangote. She has interviewed current and past presidents like the current president of Tanzania, the current president of Mauritius, the president of Malawi, you know, Joyce Banda. Yes, so even former Ghanaian presidents, John Rawlings and John Kufuor. I'm like, what exactly am I doing? And why did I study for several years to learn this profession when a 10-year-old girl can do it? She's even interviewing big people. One time like this, she interviewed Serena Williams and her sister Venus, asking them some serious questions when they went to Nigeria. And by the way, do you know that she also interviewed Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan? You know, she said that being that his first name is Goodluck, that how much luck has he brought Nigeria since he became president. Keep doing your thing, you know. We are all so proud of her. Her name means God is my rock, which I think is a beautiful name. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'ma see y'all later. Peace out.